You wrote that down? All right, cool. So, you know, but again, I'm just giving you the shit. Um, you guys get it already, right? I'm not talking about educated people. I'm talking about people that I have to bring up to date. You guys get it, right? So women require maintenance. A lot of guys require maintenance. All right. People that are hurting inside require maintenance. Okay. And not everybody's willing to do that work. Okay. But when you find somebody that's willing to work with you, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for you, and it's a good thing for that person, right? But it's not good for the person that's constantly feeding information in you. Don't trust that person. Something bad is going to happen. So that's the way life is. You know what I mean? You always got a good angel and you always got a bad angel. And then you got small ships that God sends you. And then sometimes God sends you a knight in shining armor. Okay? So, the total package. And even sometimes when you get the total package, you don't know what to do. Watch those movies, you know what I'm saying, with something like Julia Roberts or something like Grey's Anatomy or something like fucking 50 Shades of Grey or any of those movies. A lot of times, even when women find the perfect guy for them, they come across two things: a female that's trying to discredit their character, or a guy that's trying to discredit the character because the female actually wants the guy, or the guy actually wants the female, right? You get it? The female friend wants the guy that likes the female. The guy that's been macking the female wants the chick, right? But the guy's cool. But what does she end up missing out on? The guy. Any story, Cinderella. At first, it was just her sisters that wanted to go to the ball. But when the fairy godmother said, nope, it's going to be Cinderella. They were pissed, but it wasn't over because she had the night of her fucking life. 12 o'clock midnight happened. She ran back home and she forgot her slipper. The prince wanted to get with her. But now it's not just the sisters, it's every chick in the whole city that realizes the prince is walking around with a slipper and he's looking for somebody he wants to take away to that palace forever. So now it's the whole city. But how did that happen? So, without going and using all this analogies and shit, that's just life. You know what I mean? So, all I'm saying is the song is just basically a song just saying, you're dizzy. You are really dizzy. You got trust issues. And I'm not talking to all women. I'm just talking about a specific kind of person who has trust issues. It's like, look, not just cops, but me. Like, just like I would date a certain type of chick yesterday, the same type of chicks that I would date before are the same type of chicks that I would date today. I don't have a type of chick. I'm like the Lil Wayne song. I wouldn't give a damn if you're a prostitute. But eventually, I hope you would get your life together whenever, I'm the type of guy to help you get your life together. Straight like that. You know what I mean? But again, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And every guy's going to tell you that same line. And a lot of guys are literally going to discredit the other guy and give you a billion reasons why not to trust the other guy. Because everybody's just looking for a hole to put their ball in. Literally, that's just the way it is. So let me ask you a real question is really what I want to ask you. If a guy that does drugs and sells drugs, or just does drugs and don't sell drugs, what's the difference between him and the other guy? He accepts you. The other guy accepts you too. He just doesn't do drugs. But you know what the difference is? You still, people who do hard drugs constantly feel subconscious about themselves, like they're always being judged. And anybody in behavioral health will tell you that. Anybody with unobtrusive angle. In other words, anybody who's unbiased will tell you that. It's not them. It's not us. Your mind's playing your tricks on you. Your mind's playing tricks on you. Drugs make you not trust nobody. Sobriety lets you see why it's true that some people aren't worthy of trust, but you have to, no matter what. Because everybody's going to fail you at some point. But if you take the good with the bad, you're going to see that some people are going to fail you more than others. And when they do fail you, it's going to be intentional. And they're going to intentionally hurt you worse than the other ones. It might just happen just because it happens. But all in all, they're going to help you heal. And they're going to realize when they do something that's wrong. And we're going to be the first to walk away if we're not healthy for you. That's just the reality of it is. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if a guy's a cop or whatever. At the end of the day, that's just the end of the day. If you literally have trust issues, whether you're a male or female, you don't just distrust one person. You distrust anybody who you think is judging you too harshly or may penalize you for being yourself. And if you think I'm that type of person, then you don't realize I'm not just a forensics officer. I'm a drug and alcohol counselor. Literally, legitimately. How the fuck are you a drug and... Don't drug and alcohol counselors have offices? No, we don't, man. It's 2026. People work remotely through something called Zoom, okay? And you don't need a bachelor's degree to be a drug and alcohol counselor these days. All you need is a addiction specialist certificate, a couple other certificates, psychology certificates. You just need the education and you need a license to do it. And it's basically the title. You can't really call yourself a drug and alcohol counselor, but you can call yourself an outreach specialist or something fancy like that. So as long as you don't use the words that the entitled people reserve for themselves, there's a lane for everybody. So get the bag. It's 2026. And if you don't trust anybody in this world, you're screwed. You got to trust somebody. You got it? All right, so stop tripping. Go ahead and sniff.